thank the gods that I, Tolstov Meladin, was here to sail into the storm and vanquish what happened last time on the Incorrigible Party. You are now all level 6. Woohoo!
After you drink the piss water, you're gonna be sick. So I really don't feel too well. My eyes sort of hurt in the sun.
May I see the headband?
No.
That might be the safest option. You're the person certainly I trust more than anyone else that I know, Brendel.
And it, I do not know, looked at me, and it croaked, and it beckoned with one finger that it would have my heart for dinner. And I drew my sword, and we battled a ferocious battle. These Dorset salvage crew have now kind of been pushed off to the side a little bit as people are surrounding him and cheering him and patting him. How foolish to think the adventure wouldn't continue.
2 questions. 1, do I see him do things with both of his arms that would...
Well, so you actually don't hear really his tail. You get to the tail end of it as people are surrounding and cheering for him.
The tail end of it.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm gonna reach up and grab the belt of the guy sitting next to me, and then I'm just gonna release over and just get rid of breakfast and go. I'll wipe my mouth off and I'll look up at him and just go, shepherd's pie, sorry. And sort of lean back and look at the arm. It does look like the disease that killed Thuff, correct?
No, it looks like Erica's
arm.
Okay, so I recognize this as Erica's arm?
You recognize the skin. Yes, you recognize it's the same flesh, like when she dropped her guise and revealed her true form. It looks to be the same color as her blue, deep blue skin. Okay.
So everybody's cheering and going over to him and everything. I'll yell to him. So she's dead. She's you killed her.
Who's speaking? Part ways for this man. Well, yes, she's vanquished. Look around you. We are free of the storm.
Wow, you are a great man. I agree with this crowd. Everyone, cheer the destroyer of the infinite storm.
Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray!
The rest of us are in earshot of this, and would I be able to see Erica's arm on the ground from where I am now?
Yes, you can all see this discarded arm. Of course, Shikara, you do not recognize it belonging to any particular creature, but Falzern and Bryn, you also recognize the same colored skin as Erica.
I'd like to reach into my bag of holding and pull out a health potion. And I'm going to say, what did this dude say his name was? Or I guess I didn't hear that part, so that's fine. I'm going to say it. Fantastic work, fellow adventurer. You look like you're a bit rough around the edges. Here, maybe this can help brighten your spirits and make you feel better. And I'm going to throw this health potion at him a bit more forcefully than a normal person would, but not so much that it would hurt him, but I'm hoping it will surprise him a little bit, and he'll probably have to use both arms to catch it.
What?
Is my intent.
Okay, he is gonna try to make a dex check here to... Okay. Yeah, he gets a 15. So yeah, he just kind of turns his head to your sound of your voice, and really all sees this flask coming out of me. Manages to get both hands up, not quite so gracefully, but does catch it and hold it. Ha ha! My many thanks, and he uncorks and downs it.
Falzern,
Okay.
What are you doing?
Awful trusting.
Falzern, I've never seen you throw anything that hard in your life.
I was just very excited. I mean, this fine man here deserves this. The least I can give him for vanquishing.
Do you really think Erica's dead?
I see her arm there on the ground, and
That's enough proof for you? Come on, you know who we're dealing with.
are you calling this man a liar,
Yeah.
sir? I hate to bring this to your attention, but this young lady here is calling into question the veracity of your story.
Well, I quite agree it is of mighty tale. But you mentioned Erica. This surely could not be Erica. I did not say that. Look at its form. Erica is a tiny old woman. How could she be responsible for the storm? The infinite storm, man. No. This creature was beyond description.
Yes, that's true. He has obviously killed this beast. How do you know it's Erica? Wink.
You're asking me this after knowing what Erica looked like?
We all know what Erica looked like. What are you implying?
Shakara, you don't know what Erica looks like. The three of us know what Erica looks like.
Erica's an old woman. This was a beast on the island that created the infinite storm. Wink.
Okay, so I look over at Falzarin, and I'm like, so who cares if you believe him? That maybe you, the nice guy, can invite him back and we can ask him questions more privately.
That's not a bad idea, Bryn.
Okay, well, I'm the one that's now the liar, thanks. Or the accuser. So, work your magic.
Sir, I'd love to buy maybe something to eat or a drink and ask you, ask of this harrowing tale.
Well, I certainly just recounted it, but I am not discouraged if you would like to hear more. I tell you, it was quite the battle. And the crowd is, we'll all buy him a beer. Let's celebrate.
So I'd like to basically just have him recount his story, and then can I make
in front of everybody?
Well, I mean, back at the inn or however you want to play it out, but I'd like to do a check to see if I believe him.
Well, this crowd of people again around him, they're all cheering and celebrating, and they basically start pulling him to the Jack Deal for a drink.
Okay.
These people aren't leaving this guy alone. So.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
And does this arm of Erica's get left there?
No, the man certainly does stoop to pick as Shaft will know. He called it his trophy.
Do you think that this is Erica in disguise, or what, Falzarin?
Well, that looks like Erica's arm. So if the real Erica is missing her arm, I don't know how.
Can she not disguise an arm? I don't know. How's magic work?
From what I understand of how people disguise themselves with magic, she wouldn't be able to create an arm that functions if she's missing one.
You want Brendel to poison him? He can probably poison him.
No, let's not jump to that, Bryn.
Okay.
So this crowd of people, as they're kind of taking this guy to basically shower him in drinks and praise, and this is of course cause for celebration. So are you guys lagging behind the group, or what are you all doing?
I'm just gonna follow the group as they're going back towards there, but I don't really have any concern here. I've got the proof that I need that at least what he says happened, or maybe he just found the arm. I have no idea.
Yeah, he probably just found the arm, is what I think.
As far as I'm concerned, unbeknownst to the rest of the party, I'm going to make the play there that he did what he said, and there's the proof.
It's not enough proof for me, Shaft, but I do think that maybe he did find the arm and, give the poor guy a break. He's getting a free drink out of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess Falzarin's thinking to himself, it seems like a tall tale that this little guy, this elf, single-handedly took down Erica.
Oh, 100% it's a tall tale, Falzarin.
But this is Falzarin's inner monologue, Bryn.
Oh, sorry.
But that is her arm that he's found. Typically people don't lose an arm and then still have a lot of vitality left in them. So maybe he did just find her arm and he's making up a story, but she may be dead. The storm's gone. So we've got Erica's arm plus the storm that vanished.
Is it her spellcasting arm?
I think Falzarin would... I was initially suspicious that maybe this was Erica disguised as the elf, but I've seen this elf use both arms, which Erica wouldn't be able to do using the disguise self spell. So I think that satisfies Falzarin.
So when we're all deciding where to go, I lean over to Falzer. Do you want me to go try to intimidate him or no?
Well, Bryn, one way or another, without having seen what exactly happened, I don't know that we're going to ever know for sure. You scare the guy, and he'll tell you, if you scare him enough, he'll tell you whatever you want to hear. That still may not be the truth. He'll just make something up until you leave him alone. I'm not a big believer in torture.
So I walk up and I'll go, "Hey guys, it's just a guy. I don't know if he's a liar or not. We got some other stuff to do, right? We're gonna go see this Cambel dude, and if you think, do you think Gozer's still alive? I mean, nobody would survive what we just got out of."
Well, someone as powerful as Erica could have had a magical escape of some kind. That's all I'm saying.
So I'm going to say out loud more or less what Falzarin was thinking. The rationale behind why I think Erica's probably dead, whether this guy killed her or not.
I agree. I mean, Falzarin, you're the one that was sent on the mission to take out Erica. If you feel the job's done, I'm with you.
Can I tell which arm of Erica's it was?
It was her left arm.
So, like, in the midst of the crowd, could I try to touch his left arm?
He caught the potion with both hands.
I want to touch it.
He did. And people are like giving him pats on the shoulders and stuff.
Okay. It's not some sort of illusion.
But if you want to, again, you could get back to the inn and maybe try to, touch his left arm if you wanted. Absolutely. Because, yeah, the disguise self does not hold up to physical inspection.
Do you want me to do a physical inspection,
I
Falzarin?
don't think it's necessary, Bryn. I appreciate your dedication to being thorough. Now, Shikara, are we a little bit away from the crowd at this point?
Well, are you just trailing them, or I know you're not sticking with the crowd, but are you following them to the inn, back to the inn, as you are having this hushed conversation?
Falzarin's already said Shaft is in favor of not going back to the inn, I think it sounds like. And Falzarin has said aloud that whether this guy killed Erica or not, he thinks Erica's likely dead.
I think Bryn would say, okay, Shaft, I know, and Shikara, it's really important that you go see Cambel. How about while you guys go, I'll just, kind of see if his arm holds up to physical inspection.
Are you saying that the little old lady Erica was the one that was causing the infinite storm?
I have to apologize, Shikara, that you're a little bit out of the loop.
And you all had something to do with her demise?
Yes, there's a lot to tell you.
Yeah, How much did you drink last night? I thought I told you about all this.
I may have had a few too many.
It happens to the best of us, Shikara. I'll give you kind of the rough overview, but that little old lady was actually a fae being that was using a spell to disguise herself as a little old lady. And she was responsible for this storm and I'm sure other evil things as well. We sought out to either have her leave here and stop what she's doing or suffer the consequences. And it sounds like she's been killed.
Oh, congratulations on the promotion in the club, by the way.
Aye, thank you, Shaft.
What?
Not so
No?
fast.
What club?
I'll meet back up with you guys. I'm going to the inn.
What club? What promotion?
There's a
pretend-
lot.
just
There's a
pretend
lot
to
to
tell
tell
her.
you, Shikara.
Just,
Why don't we walk and I'll explain some more on the way.
Okay, I guess Bryn will see you at Campbell's. And I give her directions.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I'm pretty sneaky. I'll figure it out.
Is Brindle with us?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I tell Shikara what, as much as all the rest of the group knows about the coven and my role in it and that sort of thing.
Oh, we got to play that out. By the way, I'm the head of a coven.
Yeah, I guess I don't know how Shikara would feel about that. We can play it out if you want to, Em.
Yeah.
So Shikara, a lot has happened over the past couple weeks. Erica is, or was, I suppose, part of a coven with two other fae, as far as I'm aware. One of these other fae I've come into contact with and was actually captured by and given an ultimatum, either have the life force sucked out of me by
Oh
her.
my.
Yes, it was pretty dire circumstances. Or she offered to give me access to some magic that she has access to and her coven has access to, and I could join the club, more or less. But with one catch. The maximum number of people in the club is 3, so one had to leave. This Erica individual was one of the members, and it sounds like one of the weaker of the 3. And Isabella, who's the one who captured me, wanted her gone. So that brings us here. And it sounds like Erica was not really a very good member of this community anyway, so I don't feel so bad for having to have got rid of her. I tried to do it the peaceful way initially, with words, but she wasn't having any of that.
Yes, she was not loved by this community. That I can assure you.
No.
But if she was the weaker of the 3, I don't know if I'd want to go up against the other 2.
I agree, and that's why it's been a difficult thing to navigate for me, because I feel like I'm stuck. Do I forget about Erica and, have to deal with the consequences of not holding up my side of the bargain to the other 2?
What would be the consequence?
They'd probably seek me out, track me down, and kill me. That was the deal. Either I get rid of Erica, or she wouldn't have released me from being captive if I hadn't have agreed to get rid of Erica.
You can rest assured, as long as I am with you, I will defend you.
I really appreciate that, Shikara. It's nice to have met a person that has got my back.
Your friends don't have your back?
What the hell? I'm right here.
Oh, Shaft, I wasn't implying that you don't. That's just,
You absolutely were implying it.
No, it's just, these people are sometimes few and far between. Not that you folks aren't those type of people.
I just shake my head.
The other thing that I think is important is I haven't actually seen the other members of this group do anything outright evil, apart from capturing me, of course. So I don't really...
What are the requirements for being in this group? What must you do to uphold your position?
That's a great question. There wasn't exactly paperwork I had to fill out that detailed all of this, so I'm a little unsure. It was more a life or death situation, and I think Erica was the easiest way out. So that's what I chose. I've been told that I'll have access to magic, maybe resources, and perhaps even being able to call on the other members of this group to come for aid. I don't know. That may be wishful thinking.
Great power often comes at great costs.
You're right. I don't know, Shikara. I wish I had more answers.
Well, mayhaps we can find out together.
That would be great.
Okay, are we at the place?
Yeah, and this shop is in the other section of Pisces, so it's kind of away from the shore and more on the mainland. And, it doesn't take you very long, maybe 20 or 25-ish minutes to really kind of walk from the docks to this main part of Pisces. And, of course, Shikara does know the way, and she leads you to a shop called the Golden Ichor.
I believe that Brindle was there prior, right? And so was
Brindle and Falzarin
correct?
have been to the Golden Ichor, yes.
Okay.
I will open the door and walk in the shop and say, Cambel, I have returned, and I have brought people with me.
Hello, Shikara.
I have what you asked for, and I pulled out the caterpillar weed,
Caterpillar fern, yeah.
whatever, and I just plop that down, and I say, also, I have this, and I take out the baby breath pod thing, plop it down next to the caterpillar fern.
Ha ha, wunderbar.
I thought you might like it.
This is very, very interesting.
I did have to kill it in order to bring it to you, though.
Ha!
Sorry.
This is very clearly dangerous. Now, who are your friends here?
This is Falzarin and Brendel. I believe you met them before. And the little one is called Shaft.
Yeah, well met.
Ah, yes, of course. I recognize these two, yes.
I found them on the beach. They were coming out of the storm before it got really bad last night.
Ah, no wonder you needed those potions of water breathing. They came in handy, I assure you. Huh?
About those.
Well, Campbell, yeah.
Yeah.
Our friend here, this man here, Shaft, ended up trying one of them, and it didn't seem to work as expected. Is that a common thing that can happen with potions? Like,
9?
I mean, just to clarify, you're supposed to drink it, and then you can breathe underwater, correct? I just want to make sure I get the whole idea of what this is supposed to do.
Yeah.
Well, the way yours worked was you drink it, and then you still choke on the water. That seems defective. What do you do? Is there here? And I pull out the vial and lay it on there. Yeah. What about a refund at least?
I cannot issue refunds. How do I know you are speaking the truth?
Did you sell it to these guys right here?
Yes. I also sold them ingredients.
Is that one of your vials, Campbell?
Well, it looks like a vial I buy in bulk.
Vials are us.
Well, he's thrifty. I'll give him that.
what's the success rate of potions? You know, do they always work as expected? Is it uncommon for one to maybe have a bad batch or not quite work the way it was intended?
Mine potions always work.
Always
Campbell
work.
has come highly recommended. I did ask around when I came to the city for someone worthy, and he was the only one recommended.
I'll tell you what. Why instead of doing a refund, how about some credit here, like for some information, maybe about this black goo stuff.
Ah, you've seen the black glue.
Yeah. What is it?
Well, I'm still running my experiments.
What kind of experiments have you ran on it? What can you tell us about it so far?
Well, it is black and slimy. Once taken out of the water, it takes on a much more thick viscosity. As long as I can tell, it is safe on the skin.
Have you tested it on anything that's dead?
No, I've only tested on live subjects so far.
You ought to give that a whirl.
Well, I shall go retrieve a sample.
Good idea. You got something to put the breathing pod in before you dump it on there?
Yes, I shall get a box.
I have to warn you, Campbell, you're going to be surprised at what happens.
Well, I think he wants a live one anyway, right? Shakira here killed it. Now you can bring it back.
Yeah, this black substance may just bring that breathing pod, put some life back in it.
It brings the dead back to life?
Well, I don't know exactly what it does, but something like that.
So Campbell, he grabs like a wooden crate, a small wooden crate. He's a human, by the way, and he sets it on the counter here and tentatively picks up the breathing pod and puts it in this crate, and he steps through a door that's kind of behind the counter, into this back room, and you hear the clinking of vials as he comes out with a small sample of the black slime. So what, I just pour it on?
Yeah.
Okay. And he pours it on the breathing pod, and very similar to what some of you witnessed with the rabbit, is it absorbs into the skin of this breathing pod. So its body it's clear, though you actually see it now, much like the water, it taints the inside of this breathing pod, and it quickly becomes like a jet, like inky black, and is no longer transparent. After about a minute or so, You see one of its 3 tentacles kind of give a twitch on its skin, on its body, form these boils, and these small barnacles start to form and grow, kind of sprouting before your eyes, and its tentacles start to writhe around as it gets much more lively, and it's reaching for anything it can, and grabbing the top of this crate. And Cambel scrambles for the lid and slams it on. My goodness! What? This is very interesting.
Oh, what happened? How did that do that?
Cambel, I would be very careful with that. Those boily barnacle things, that looks very similar to something that a dear friend of ours had, a disease of some sort that was all over him and ended up taking his life.
Another friend of yours died recently?
Yes, it was some time ago. His name was Thuft. He was a goblin that was tagging along with us. We'll miss him greatly. He was a nice little goblin. The nicest goblin I've ever met.
Yeah, we don't have a good track record, so welcome aboard.
You guys have had a hard road.
Sadly, I could not cure what ailed poor Thuft. I did my best trying to craft a cure, but as Cambel can attest, this substance is beyond recognition.
I'll put my hand on Brendel's shoulder and I'll say, I'm sure no one blames you for what happened.
No one currently alive, yes, you're right.
Okay, well, I don't know if you've really enlightened us on anything here. You seem like a nice guy, Cambel, but unless you could give us some more information about where this black goo may originate from, or what it could be used for other than bringing things back from the dead. And I look over at Falzarin and go, I don't know if we've really learned anything here.
You have a point, Shaft.
I can tell you that I have managed to break down some of its parts. A large percentage of this goo is made up of blood.
Blood?
It seems to be some type of compound.
So blood combined with something else, or some other things. Do you have any idea what type of creature this blood's coming from? Is it humanoid blood?
Well, all I could tell is that it does contain human blood. At least in this sample that Shikara grabbed for me.
So I guess we can surmise here that somebody's making this stuff. It's not a natural thing.
Yeah. Now, Shikara, you saw a dwarf dragged into the lake underwater, and he didn't come back out.
Correct.
Have there been other people go missing from the surrounding area here? Do you know of people going missing, Cambel?
The boats, they leave daily from the docks. I see many people in my shop. And none of them have complained about faulty potions, by the way.
How many of them come back to be able to tell you if the potion is faulty?
That's a good point. They're probably all dead.
Now. Let's not be like that.
Well, my thought is, if we want to go find out where this black goo's coming from, we go back to where Shikara saw him go into the water. It doesn't hurt our skin when we're on it. We've already verified that. We drink some potions of water breathing that actually work. And then we go down and find out what's happening. What happened to that dwarf.
When Shaft says potions of water breathing that actually work, I look over to Brendel and kind of raise my eyebrows like, what do you think about this? How does Brendel react?
He's a little quiet. Maybe he seems a little embarrassed. But he's hesitant to really speak up about the issue himself.
Well, we can check out the lake again on our way to the Vargarog Mountains to look for Mr. Alebender's father and the Snow Bloom.
Sounds like a good way to go.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
So the potions.
Well, do you have any of them left? I've only sold the 2.
I don't have any more.
Yeah, we have the others. I don't know that we're going to be able to tell who made which ones. So,
Doesn't really matter. You could test it to see if it's going to work, right?
but then the potion's gone and we'd need to replace it.
No, I mean, you ought to be able to take a sample of it and see if it's of your blend.
How many did we get again?
I have
Well,
one.
each
Bryn has
of
one.
you had one. Shaft drank his. Brendel drank his.
Bryn has
Gozer's is
hers.
gone. So you should have 2 left.
2 left.
So there's one on Faldrin and one with Brent.
Okay.
I have mine on me at the Jack deal.
Oh, right. So I'm the only one who has one.
Gozer might have drank hers.
I
Yeah.
feel like
And it
Falzarin
worked.
would owe
Mine-
Bryn and want to buy her one, you know, just to make sure she has one that works. Because she saved him.
So we need. So the one that I have may not work. I'm gonna pull it out and say, here, Cambel. Is there any way you can test to see if this potion is gonna work if we use it?
Da. And he grabs it from you and uncorks it, kind of gives it a sniff and swirls it around a little bit. Ah, yes, it's very nice legs. The fragrance, I recognize this fragrance. And it gives it a sip. Ah, this one, I can assure you, this one is mine.
Okay. Then I guess we're going to need one for Brendel, one for Shaft, one for Shakara, and Bryn has one still, I think. The question is, does it work? She's not here right now to be able to test it.
Well, listen, you are friends of Shikara's. That means you are friends of mine. Now I shall brew you up as many as you need, as many as I have the ingredients for, to help my friend and to help you.
Thank you, Campbell.
That's very generous, Campbell. I appreciate it.
And once they work, we shall clear up any of these accusations, unfounded as they are, about mind potions not working.
I'm sure we will. Are there any ingredients that you need us to fetch for you?
No, I believe I have them all.
Okay. How much time do you need?
I shall possibly need the rest of the day.
All right.
Now, and what I shall do with this thing, as he motions to the crate, I have many ideas. It's very
Do you want-
interesting.
Need to dispatch it for you.
Oh, no, nein. This is wunderbar. I shall run more experiments.
Whatever you do, be careful with it. I don't want you to catch that disease.
I have the protective gloves.
Okay. Well, why don't we go see what Bryn's been up to?
Yes, let's go over to Bryn. Bryn, so you make it to the Jack deal,
Yes, I do.
and you kind of enter and you see Tolstoff. He's, basically seated in the middle of the bar, and still this crowd around him, and people are foisting drinks onto him, and like the table is like littered with beers and ales and more than he could possibly drink. People are clearly having a good time and have started this celebration as early as it is in the morning. And he's basically like recounting his tale again. Had you heard the first iteration of it, as he's more and more plied with alcohol, you may have noticed some, maybe a little more embellishment on some of the finer details.
So he is drinking, though. So
He
that's
is
good to
drinking,
know.
yeah.
Okay. And he would recognize that I'm someone that called him a liar because Falzarin pointed that out.
Yeah, and many of the people in the crowd, of course, heard
Oh.
your accusation as well.
Of course. Okay. So yeah, I'm thinking that I'm not wanting to interact with him. I'm thinking that the more he drinks and the more the crowd is just packed in there gathered, maybe I can just blend into the crowd, end up, where he's at, and I just want to inspect his left arm, basically. Like, I want to feel for it, poke for it, whatever. I don't think I would take my weapon out, though, with all those people. It would be more of like, you're in like a mosh pit of people and you just sort of, I can pretend I've been drinking too.
Then you would, okay, so you're just going to walk up to him. You're not going to like sit down with him or anything.
No, I don't think I want to talk to him at all. I think I want to like just sort of go in there, see if I can put an arm on his left shoulder or like somehow like touch his arm in passing and just see that it's holding up to inspection, sort of.
Okay. Absolutely. So you kind of get up to him.
Sneakily.
So, okay. You could try to roll a stealth check in a crowded tavern
I know, but you know
on
what I
a
mean?
specific person surrounded by like 24 people focusing their attention
I guess
on
what I
him.
mean by sneakily is like I don't want to be going up to him and being like, "Oh my goodness," and putting my hand on his arm. Obvious. It's more of like I want that touch of his left arm to be like nonchalant.
Okay.
Like in a crowd. Like, do you see what I'm saying?
Yes, I know, but like I said, he's sitting at a table. People are...
Oh, he's sitting at a table. Sorry.
Yes. People are around him, throwing drinks at him.
Why couldn't I have remembered you saying sitting at a table? Okay, sorry. Okay, so I'm gonna go up to the bar, and I'm gonna get a bunch of, like, another round of drinks or some food or something, and I'm going to bring it over to the table, and offer the tray of things to Tolstov. I'm gonna come up to the table, and I'm gonna say, "Hey, Tolstov, our hero."
Oh, and you, the doubter, come to apologize, I see. Do not fret, I certainly forgive your insolence, but
yeah.
Tolstov is very generous, and
Yeah.
I see you come with gifts
Yeah,
yourself.
insolent I was. Yes.
Oh,
okay.
yes, you insolent
Yes.
elf.
Yes.
Boy, oh boy.
Us elves.
But elves
we're crazy.
do need to stick together, and, like, you can, like, almost barely get a word in edge, but, like, he's just, like, spouting,
Just still
like,
talking.
verbal diarrhea. He's just going
So
on.
I'm like, Tolstov, stand up here and take your bounty. And I hand him the tray two-handed because it's full of drinks and food.
Absolutely, he gets up and grabs the tray with both hands and motions to the people around him, and then they clear a section of his
space.
table that he can put the tray down on, and starts eating the food you gave him and drinking the drink that you gave him. Seems to have two functioning arms.
Of course he would seem to. Okay, so is there any way that
I'm supposed to say?
Well, it's gonna look that way. But he was able to bear weight in both arms, logically, from what
Yeah.
you're saying.
He was.
Okay, so with that being said, and that was pretty quick to figure that out, Bryn's gonna try to squeeze in and have a seat at the table.
Okay, absolutely. And again, he's just, spouting off. People are chatting. People are, like, asking him, recount the battle itself and how strong were the winds, I mean, the rains, and what else was on this island kind of thing.
I'm gonna ask him what, I'll ask him, I guess, instead of just saying that. Tolstov, what did, that arm was crazy looking. What did the rest of the body look like? Tall, short, fat, long?
Oh, she was hideous! Hideous!
What did her...
A
what do you mean?
terror you've never seen before. You've never seen the
face?
likes of it!
I want more
ghastly
details than
visage.
the word hideous. Tolstov.
Hideous enough, should I recount in the finest of details, you'd soil the leather armor you so comfortably wear, my friend, I tell you.
Can I do a perception? What's the one to see if he's like...
Insight.
Insight. Can I do an insight?
Yeah, absolutely.
That is a 22.
Okay. You quite clearly get the sense that he has no idea what the body of whatever this arm was attached to looks like.
Exactly. Okay, that's what I was hoping.
But now you've set him off, though. Now he says, "The fangs on this thing!" Ah! And like people in the crowd are like, and like gasping at the minimal details that he's giving.
So I picture myself speaking up loud enough that everyone's looking at me, and he finally shuts up, and I make direct eye contact with him, and I say, "So where'd you find the arm?"
I told you I found it on the island once it was severed. Are you questioning me once again? I thought we just made amends.
I don't believe you. Let's be honest, I don't believe you. Tolstov, you found this arm washed up on a beach somewhere and you thought, oh, an opportunity for women and beer. That's what you thought.
He reaches into the bag and pulls the arm out again and stands up, jumps onto the table. I found nothing! I earned this trophy! You all! She doubts again! I ended the infinite storm! And your insolence, the second count of insolence! And the crowd, still fully on his side, starts jeering and yelling in agreement with him. I beseech you, my fellow Pisceans, get this elven woman out of here. She's dampening all of our good times, and I shall recount to you again the battle itself. And with his other hand, he draws his sword, starts like swinging it in the air, you know, like taking like a fencer's stance and tapping forward, like stepping forward on the table, like kicking drinks all over the place. And the crowd is like cheering and roaring, and you feel like hands on you, kind of grabbing you by the arm as people like try to start pulling you out, like away from him towards the front door of the bar.
Oh, don't get me wrong. Bryn wants to fight him. He pulled his sword. He pulled his sword first. Alright, Bryn's gonna leave. She's gonna duck out.
Well, again, people are like forcing you out. So
Yeah.
you're not resisting against them?
I'm not resisting, no.
Okay. And now, once they, you kind of step out, the door swings closed, you kind of hear this cheer, ah! As they get back to their merriment.
Do I see anyone in the street or like...
There could be some passersby. You see some people maybe like going to the Jacked Eel to partake in the celebrations.
Okay, so the rest of the crew's not back yet. Okay, so
No.
I make my way towards Cambel's then and try to meet them.
Yeah, and you guys kind of do meet halfway, basically.
So, Bryn, what did you learn? Does he have 2 functioning arms?
That idiot has 2 functioning arms and 1 not functioning brain. He found that arm. Didn't have to tell me. I figured it out. I'm pretty sure he found that arm. He's a big fibber. And everyone's on his side, so I don't think I'm allowed back in the Jack Deal anytime soon.
Does it really matter? I mean, he could have found Gozer's arm, too. That whole place collapsed. There's a lot of dead people. There's a lot of dead people that were on the ships. I mean...
You can choose to believe that she's dead, Shaft. I choose to believe that you've seen those portals that her and Isabella use. I'm just not sure that she would have set a trap she couldn't escape from.
So if she's alive, what are you suggesting we do?
I'm not suggesting we do anything right now. I'm just saying that 1 arm isn't proof for me that she's dead.
I'm not going to waste any more energy on it. We have a couple options. We went and found out about this black goo stuff.
Well, now we can rest easy knowing that he is not Erica in disguise or something crawling around and we could have had him. That's all I was trying to eliminate was the possibility.
Are you pretty confident that that's not the case then?
Pretty confident, yep.
I don't think it's possible. If Erica's alive, she's missing an arm. And I'm not aware of a spell you can cast that can give you 2 arms if you only got 1.
In her defense, there's a lot of spells you aren't aware of.
Well, that's true.
There are healing spells that could affect that.
Are there?
They are much higher level. But yes, it is possible.
And I've heard there's black stuff you can pour on things and make it come back to life. There's all kinds of crazy stuff going on. Let's go check it out. What do you think? And then we go up to the flower. That sounds like that's what we were talking about, right? Look,
Yes.
what are we going to get? Free beer for life.
I wouldn't be
Yes.
opposed to that. And that's some pretty impressive beer we're getting free for life.
Right.
That is good motivation.
I really want to solve this problem of the black goo. What did you guys find out? Is Campbell helpful?
Yeah, semi.
Yes, Campbell was helpful, and he identified one of the main parts of the ooze is human blood.
Human blood?
Well, blood.
Oh. Well,
Not necessarily human blood.
gross.
He said human.
He said the particular sample that Shakar brought to him contained human blood.
Oh, you guys. So, with what Shakara's found out, and what Campbell's saying, there's something down at the bottom of that lake? Is that what we're thinking?
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Do we have to risk going in the water, and what if we accidentally swallow it?
My suspicion, Bryn, is that they're bringing people into this lake to feed whatever is the source of this, and that's why we're seeing blood in the sample.
And if that is the case, we must discover and put a stop to it.
Yeah, who knows how many people have been dragged down underwater and are being sucked dry.
Cambel is going to make us new water-breathing potions. And he did say that getting the ooze on yourself does not cause any reaction.
Well, I mean, sometimes you accidentally swallow water when you're swimming. I'm a little bit worried about that.
Best thing to do is keep your mouth shut when you're going under the water.
Yeah, that might be tough for Bryn, but...
Oh my goodness, you guys. I mean, I'm definitely interested in solving this problem and releasing the dam so that the river can flow once again.
I'm on board with that plan.
I'm on board with that plan too.
So we need to give
How long till
Cambel
we can get these?
He said he'd need the remainder of the day.
Okay. Well,
Very...
I'm no longer welcome at the eel, so...
Yeah, very
Yeah.
kind of him to offer us enough potions to go around for the whole group.
Would we know of another inn, like in Pisces proper? I would know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
What's the other one called?
The other one is called the Salty Gemini.
We can stay at the Salty Gemini this evening, and then when Campbell has our potions, head off in the morning.
That sounds good. I'm always eager to try a new shepherd's pie.
Falzer, and if we have some time, can you maybe teach me magic? I think I have magic now.
I'm not sure that it works that way, but I'd be happy to spend some time seeing what you're capable of, and maybe some of these things you can do I've read about, and I can help you identify what they are.
Do you know much about druids? Because I think that I have druid magic, so it's pretty specific.
I've read about them.
Okay, if you'll help me practice, I'll practice with you tonight.
Sure.
Is that what you're calling it?
I knew that was coming.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
I don't think we have to worry about that.
Perhaps you'd like a third.
Yeah, Brendel always pulling up the rear.
Brendel, you know what? Your sparklers were pretty bad. Like, maybe you should practice.
I'll
Brendel's-
come back for you all.
Oh, Brendel.
Brendel,
Stealing our XP.
Brendel, I'd be happy to have you join us as well.
He's an XP cherry picker. That's what he is. A stealer.
So you guys get to the Salty Gemini, and it seems that the celebration from the docks have kind of made it to the rest of Pisces as well, as everyone is kind of rejoicing in the end of this infinite storm. So the Salty Gemini is quite crowded as well, and very boisterous and loud. As you guys are still able to, find a table though, maybe after a few minutes, and people coming and going, that kind of thing. Do you just guys want to basically just kind of play out the rest of the day?
I think we're just sort of going to wait until the potions are done, make sure everybody's feeling good, get some food in us, and then sort of sit and plan out the plan of attack. I think we all know the way back to where we're headed, and when we get there, I mean, we can role play that out a little bit, but I think the idea is we're going to go where Sakara saw it and take the potions down, dive down under. And I think the thing we got to remember is we got to get back from wherever we're going. So Shaft will say, we're going to need a potion to get to wherever we're headed under the water, but we're also going to have to get back. And chances are wherever we're going, it's not going to be an easy ride. Those potions don't last forever. So we're going to need 2 each, right?
We did not discuss that with Campbell.
No, it just came to me.
Well, they last about an hour, if I recall correctly.
I think an hour should be plenty, Shaft, and we weren't even down in the water an hour with Erica.
How long were those guys, those cultist guys, down in the water?
I don't know. I did wait a while for them to come back.
More than an hour?
Yes, it was longer than an hour. But I don't know what they were doing down there.
Well, I imagine they're not going to like us being there. I'm just trying to play it on the safe side here. I don't want to, I want to find out what's going on, but I'm not going to go into this unprepared.
Well, I mean, so we're assuming that everyone that deals with this lake themselves can breathe underwater, but surely there's some other way to get down there. Some type of passageway?
We certainly didn't see any, and we went all the way around that damn place.
That's true.
Brendel, that's a good point. We saw that dam, which was not too far from this lake, right? If I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, but opening up the dam puts all the black ooze down toward Port Randus again and injures even more innocent people.
Yeah. I'm not suggesting we open the dam, but perhaps there's something... I have this wand of secrets that I am itching to use. Maybe we can discover a secret passageway around that dam. Or, a trapdoor. Who knows?
Why? Go where? To do what?
Maybe it leads to underneath the lake? I don't know. How far of a travel would it be between the dam and the lake, do you think?
It wasn't that
It was
far.
like a day or two, I think.
But there's not... Do you think there's something under the lake?
I don't know.
There seems to be something down in the lake.
In the water.
Yes.
Yeah.
I say we swim down about half an hour, and if we don't see anything, we come back up. That way the potions will last.
There is another option. Yeah, first off, do those cultists, did they have anything on their faces like you said the dwarf had?
No, I didn't see anything.
Okay. The other thing is, one of us or two of us could go down and check it out, and then we'll find out what we're getting into before all of us go diving down there.
I would be happy to volunteer to go down.
I'd be willing to do that. I'm a pretty good swimmer, too. If anyone's going to volunteer, I think I should be one of them.
I mean, I'm thinking the person that can be the quietest is probably the one that needs to do it. Bryn or I.
I trust myself more than you, Shaft.
Well, if Falzern is going down, then I am also going down.
Well, now we are back to all of us going down.
Seems that way, doesn't it?
I feel like swimming for a half hour is pretty far distance. I believe that in a day we can make it to the lake or whatever and just see what we're dealing with. I don't know. Do we really need double potions?
Well, Shaft and Bryn, you did scout out the northern part of this tunnel. Did you see no other entrances?
You'd need a boat. I mean...
It's all flooded right now, basically. It's all backed up. I think there's other entrances that are covered up. Like the tunnels.
Perhaps the entire tunnel is not flooded. I mean, as Shakara mentioned, perhaps we could venture for half of our allotted time and
swim into the tunnel?
Possibly. I do not know. Would going into the depths of the lake not be akin to a frontal assault?
Perhaps we go to where the black ooze starts, and then we decide when we see what we see.
Yeah, that's great. We have a boat. We have the shaft. It's right over there. We can all get in it, take it down the river. You said that cave that you went through, the water went all the way through that cave. So we should be able to get to the lake without any problem, and do it relatively quickly in a boat.
Yes, I can show you where that entrance is.
We need our water-breathing potions, because I don't trust mine.
Yeah, we're going to get those, Bryn.
Okay.
We're just trying to plan for tomorrow.
Leyland, how high was the ceiling on that cave when I was walking through?
It was about 15 or 20 feet. Because that section of water had not been backed up quite yet from the effects of the dam. So it looked like it was like the normal kind of levels of that section of river.
And big enough for the boat to fit like a
Yes,
rowboat?
definitely. It was about the same amount wide.
Yes, I believe that would work.
And just to refresh my memory, Shakara saw this dwarf be dragged into the lake that's like outside of the mountain.
Yeah.
Well, let's go swimming.
I think we just wait till morning, go get our potions, and then grab the boat and head out. Is the plan, unless something happens.
I can't think of a better option, really. I think that you're right. That's probably our best bet.
Okay, well, when we pick up our potions, or tell Cambel the new number, maybe he should see if my potion still works or not.
He would be able to tell, yes.
Okay.
Okay, so do you guys want to go? You want to go to Campbell's the following morning, or like basically before you guys bed down, or
Yeah, I would assume it won't be ready till tomorrow.
Okay.
See him go to bed for the night and then go see him in the morning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Might as
absolutely.
well.
I'm gonna practice my magic.
I will go check and make sure the thuft is still available to us.
Yeah, Shaft, you called that boat by a different name than Thuff.
It's a thuft.
We called it the shaft earlier.
Yeah, it says shaft on it, but it's a thuft. Come on, be respectful.
Yeah, you do find the thuft where you left it at Jeb's kind of workstation and secured with his other projects that he has on the go.
Okay. I'll just let Jeb know we're going to be heading out tomorrow. Thanks for the storage, Jeb.
Yep.
That was good roleplay right there.
He's
That's
probably
'cause I
like, crap,
for-
what's
I
my
forget-
Jeb voice?
Yeah, I forget Jeb's voice. So.
No, okay. So no, I think I'll just head back and keep to myself for the night.
You want to go back to the Salty Gemini? You don't want to peek into the Jack deal?
No, I don't have any reason to doubt or care if that guy's telling the truth or not. So I'm just going to go back to the Gemini, get something to eat, and sort of just go over all my equipment, make sure my blades are sharp, and get ready for the next day.
And the morning comes. Another day is passed in Pisces.
I'd like to, just for the record, I'm going to be still working on my backup spell book for these nights when we're just resting here in the inn, and the night before, I guess, as well.
Okay.
I'm keeping track of that, just so everybody knows.
It's honor system.
Okay, so I think if we all meet in the morning, we'll head over to see our buddy, Cambel, and pick up our potions.
You walk into the Golden Ichor, and of course, Campbell is hello, my friends. I toiled through most of the night, but I did get you your potions.
That's wonderful.
I see you have a newcomer.
Oh, hi. Campbell,
This
the
is
one
Bryn.
who sold me a faulty potion. Maybe.
Now, Bryn,
More of these accusations. I've told you, friends, that they are unfounded.
there is no reason for the tone.
I'm just kidding. I didn't try it yet. Here, I hand him the potion. Does this one still work?
And he does a similar thing that the rest of you had seen. He uncorks it, he sniffs it, and he swirls it around. This is very interesting. It does not quite have the same consistency as mine. And he sips it, spits it out. This is not my portion. Oh no, this is terrible.
Brendel! You
And you see
freaking
Brendel has got like this sheepish
snake.
kind of look. His head is bowed. He's like, well, I mean, perhaps there's something wrong with the ingredients. I followed the steps that I always take. I mean,
Can I do an insight on him saying that?
Sure.
Oh, great. 9.
You do believe that he tried his best.
Friggin' Brendel.
It was admittedly my first attempt at this particular potion, but I mean, I've been schooled. I've been taught. Clearly, I'm nowhere near the talent that Campbell is.
Brendel, maybe you need to take up an internship with Campbell here and stay for a while. Learn a thing or two.
Potion making can be quite complicated.
Look, Bryn, just relax. Go easy on Brendel, okay?
Just because you
He
need
tried
a
his
friend,
best.
Falzarin, okay? Just because you need a friend to back you up.
I'm sure he tried his hardest.
Well, I mean, maybe he could learn a thing or two. All I'm saying. Books are
I
different
think
than the
that's
streets, Brendel.
water breathing under the bridge here. Let's just get the new stuff and get the hell out of here. I don't have any ill will against you here, so let's just go. How many did you make?
I made the required amount. I made you 5.
That is not the required amount, because mine's a piece of crap, Brendel.
There's one for each of you, is there not?
There are 5 of us.
I think it's very good that you did not make the potions also.
Her counting's sometime a little bit off.
I thought you said we needed 2 each. How is that enough?
We did not ask Campbell to make 2 each, Bryn.
Nah, we didn't discuss that.
I thought you guys were saying I needed 2.
Would you like another day in Pisces? For another batch, I may need you to procure me the ingredients.
No, Campbell. We are very thankful for what you have done for us so far. One shall be sufficient. We appreciate your hard work and
Yes.
effort.
Yes, thank you, Campbell. You've been very kind to us, and we appreciate it.
Well, if you do make it back to the Pisces, perhaps you could get me another one of these samples of the black goo.
Yes, I will make sure to bring you some more samples.
Ah, wunderbar, wunderbar.
Do you have empty vials I could take with me?
Ah, and he takes, the Brendel potion and dumps it out.
Wait. Damn it, you buy those things in bulk. Why would you get rid of that?
Because it was
Just take one of your
crap.
clean
I
ones.
believe in recycling.
Oh, yeah, but you'll put it in with that other crap that Brindle made. Get some clean ones.
I will rinse it before I fill it.
This is so matter of fact. Oh, gosh.
All right.
Freaking Brendel.
Thanks, Campbell.
Bryn is so mad at Brendel. She could have died.
I walk
Auf Wiedersehen!
out. See ya, Campbell.
Until later, Campbell.
We go back and get the boat and take it out on the beach, hop in there, and sort of go down the coastline until we can see where the river that cuts back and that flows down to the mountain.
The tunnel entrance that I found, where it was by the bridge, can you get to that from the ocean?
Yes, so this river, it actually cuts through the main part of Pisces. Kind of, it kind of forms this canal that they basically built the city around. So you would be able to find the inlet from the shore kind of thing and be able to paddle it down and through, basically, the city.
Okay. And I'll tell them how to get to where it is.
Yeah, we'll follow the river, right?
Yes, this is where we would go, yes.
And that's our show. Our intro and outro music was created by Josh Jarvis. For your own musical inquiries, contact jamesmercymusic@gmail.com. All other music and ambient noise is courtesy of tabletopaudio.com. The Encouragement Party is sponsored by Critical Hit Design. Visit criticalhitdesign.com for all of your graphic design needs. You can find more info on the characters and world at encourageableparty.com. Enjoying the show? Have any questions or rules corrections? Email us, contact@encourageableparty.com, or reach out on social media. The Encourageable Party on Facebook and Instagram, @encourageablepar on Twitter, using the hashtag AfterPartyIP for a shout out during our behind the screen after party episodes that drop every 4th release. Happy adventuring!